Shifting focus, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will kick off his two-day Kuwait visit today, aiming to open a new chapter in the bilateral ties. Now, this marks the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Kuwait after 43 years, marking a milestone in bilateral relations between the two countries. India and Kuwait are expected to focus on shoring up ties in a range of key areas, including defense as well as trade. Prime Minister Modi is visiting Kuwait at the invitation of the Amir Sheikh Meshal Al Ahmed. Besides meeting the Amir, he will hold talks with the Kuwaiti Crown Prince and also the Prime Minister. These meetings will allow the two sides to review ties in areas such as trade, investment, energy, culture and people-to-people contacts. He is also scheduled to meet the Indian diaspora there and address the Indian community. He will also attend the opening ceremony of the Gulf Cup football tournament. The last prime ministerial visit from the Indian side to Kuwait was 43 years ago when the late former Premier Indira Gandhi visited Kuwait in 1981. My colleague Shinjoy is now joining us with more details on this. Shinjoy, throw some light on the agenda of Prime Minister Modi's Kuwait visit, which is happening after 43 years.
Well, the most important thing, of course, will be the fact that India is one of the largest importers of Kuwaiti gas and, of course, petroleum. But the other big thing is the fact that a lot of foreign exchange comes from Kuwait because lakhs and lakhs of Indians work in Kuwait. Now, recently, not that long ago, there was this fire and 41 Indians were killed. Now, very pointedly and very importantly, Prime Minister is going to one of these hostels where Indians live. And that is a particularly important point because what we hear is that PM will visit one of these hostels where Indian workers live and obviously interact with them and speak with them and actually get to see how Indians live in Kuwait. And that's a particularly important point. You very rightly said that he will also address a gathering. Now, that is something that Prime Minister usually does. Wherever he goes, he usually meets the Indian community. But this visit to a hostel is particularly important. It's a way of showing confidence. Also saying, yes, thank you very much to all the members of the Indian community there who work there and send foreign exchange back. So this is a great way of saying, yes, we recognize the fact that you're working in Kuwait, you're sending foreign exchange back, and you're making the country strong.
And also, if you could throw some light on the historical ties between the two countries and the significance of this visit and also the impact that it is going to have on the bilateral ties.
Yes, of course. This is a visit after 43 years. As you rightly said, Indira Gandhi was the last prime minister who went to Kuwait. And also, India is dependent on Kuwait for imports of petroleum and also natural gas. Besides, India wants a stronger defense relationship. Now, that is almost critical because Kuwait is in a very critical place. Its geographical location is particularly important. And if there are regular exchanges, particular naval exchanges between two countries, then it will strengthen ties and it will strengthen India's position in the Gulf. Already, India in the Modi era has strengthened its ties with various countries in the area, Oman being one, Saudi Arabia, of course, is the most important country among the Arab countries, is another. And these are countries with which India has strengthened ties. UAE is a third, a country India has strategic ties with. Kuwait is the country India is now keen to strengthen ties with, to build up a relationship with in defense, in trade, and as well as look for FDI from Kuwait. So it's a big visit, it's an important visit, and it's unusually a standalone visit. Usually, Prime Minister goes to at least two countries. But the fact that he's going to only Kuwait suggests that it's a big visit, and PM is very keen to concentrate on Kuwait and build up ties with Kuwait.
Absolutely, Shinjoy. Thank you so much for getting us all those details and for that context on the ties between India and Kuwait. And now all eyes are on Prime Minister Modi's Kuwait visit. With that, we're now slipping into a very short break. We'll be right